In this video, I'm gonna show you why the nice guy never gets the girl. I'm gonna show you 3 simple steps to break past it, become deeply authentic, have much more social success, and better connections. If you and I have not met yet, my name is Troy, and my goal is to help you 10x your results in life. For years of my life, I was the nice guy. And I believe it stems back to like a lot of childhood wounding and honestly not really understanding who you are. And maybe it was even modeled in your childhood, like maybe your mom or your dad was the nice guy or the nice gal. It's like this manipulation tactic, and I want you to understand that. It sounds weird, like, I'm not trying to manipulate people, but it actually is a form of manipulation because you have an outcome that you want. So maybe you want the girl in this situation, and you're trying to move the chess pieces on the board in just the right way. If I agree to these things, then she'll like me. But the reality is what that lacks is this congruent energy, and that's what a woman is looking for. They're always testing to see if they could trust you. And somebody who's not grounded and centered in who they are, we'll call that the oak tree, is more like a squirrel, right? The squirrel's running all over the place, but the oak tree is grounded, centered, it understands who it is, and that's a lot of like safety for a woman. Because women are giving up years of their life to be in a relationship with you. So that's the test, like, can I trust you? And also they have this biological clock, like they can only produce kids for a certain amount of years. So it's like ingrained within them. It's not a bad thing, I'm glad they do this, but just understand what's taking place. Instead of looking like, can I trust you? Are you the oak tree? Like what you say, does it actually align with who you are? And so it could be something simple, right? Like you wanna go get Thai food. And you're like, I fucking hate Thai food, but all right, let's get Thai food. You just agree to it. Yeah, let's get Thai food. And then you do that over and over in all these little situations, and then one day you snap, and you're like, I can't stand Thai food, or whatever else it might be. But what that's showing is incongruence, right? You're not congruent in who you are. You don't understand who you are yet. And that's why I make a lot of my videos around like that trauma release work, these deep belief systems and values, because that helps us discover who we are, and that is very attractive and magnetic. And so again, understand that this is what's taking place. They're like kind of testing you with this congruency type test. The second thing that's happening is as you do this, right, you're creating this agreeable energy because you're overly agreeable. You're trying to like logically understand and explain why you should like me. That's really what's taking place. You'll also do things like self-qualify. So you're essentially seeking validation in the other person rather than just being that source yourself. And so you'll do things like, look at me, I agree to all the things that you like, right? And look at the ambitions I have, or where I'm trying to head in life, or where I went to school, or what I do for work. It's this logical process of why you should like me. Everything's set, everything's in its place. Look at, you should like me. But there's no charge, there's no energy in that. That's what we'll discuss next in polarity. But understand that women move through emotion. They like to feel, they like to play, they like to be spontaneous. What often feels like to us like chaos is normal to them, right? They like that kind of energy. It's the push and the pull, the yin and the yang. We need that. And oftentimes when we get overly agreeable, overly logically focused, we get stiff, we get rigid, and we get boring. So allow yourself to play a little bit, like embrace some of your swagger, like invoke that, invite that into your life, because that is attractive to women. Not that you have to fully be that, but play with it a little bit. Learn to laugh at yourself, right? Because that shows you don't take yourself or life too serious, and therefore you're not gonna be boring, right? And you can dance with them, like metaphorically speaking. And what that does, it creates polarity, right? Like you've heard the phrase like opposites attract. And that's true to a degree, right? Like you don't have to be completely opposites. We have to have connection points. We have to be similar in a lot of ways. But also that is very true because we need that distinction. And what that means is like, think of like a battery, right? For it to have a charge, like an energetic or even a sexual charge, there has to be a positive and a negative. That's what creates the charge. But if I'm overly agreeable, like look, I like everything you like I was talking about. Or logically, here's why you should like me. You mold yourself into the same thing that they are. So you have 2 positives or 2 negatives. There is no charge in that. So you actually want some friction, and you create that by just being honest, authentic, and congruent with who you are. And therefore you pass the test. You don't get friend zoned, because that's where the nice guy ends up, right? Is in the friend zone, because yeah, it's a good friend. Like, hey, he just agrees to whatever I say. You can actually be the person they can be in a relationship because they can trust you. You become the oak tree and not the squirrel. So I make these videos for you. This is a big concept that we kind of broke down quickly in this short little video. I'll unpack more of this, over the next couple months or so for you. But start this out. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, where your stuck points are, and how this helped you. I love you so much. I look forward to meeting you in person someday. Until next time, peace.